Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich against Russia. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So it's almost 1940. So we're only at 43% world tension. It's actually been like a relatively peaceful game. All things considered, 43%. So when is this actual date? August 1st. Because I can't see a way that we hit 75% world tension prior to August 1st. There's the shelling event that can happen between France and Germany, and I believe that happens, I want to say, like early 1940, but even then, that's not going to be like 20, what do you need, like 35%? I don't think it's that high. What are you? You are for defense? I don't think it's really necessary. Okay. Ignore you for a moment. We have 133 political powers. Is there anything we want to do with you? Can recruit troops. But again, we can do this even when the war begins. It's not that bad. We're influencing Poland. We don't have the funds for this. I think we're kind of... we could go up to a higher level of conscription. We could go to extensive. We only have 1.33 million manpower. It's not that high. You know what? Sure. Let's go to extensive. For the time being. We'll just get rid of all these other pop-ups for the time being. That should be okay. But very, very, very soon, we're going to start a war. I say very soon. Again, it's still a few months away, but I feel okay. Maybe not the most prepared. We could maybe do a little bit better in some other regards, but I think we're kind of okay. We built these air bases. I don't know, the air base. This is the air facility, because we need that for... I don't even remember what we were building it for, but we needed it for something. So let's build up some more military factories. I think all of you are looking good for the time being. Because when will you be done? You'll be done in February of next year. These ones will be done in January. So it's like a month per factory. So it'll be pretty fast. The Svobodnik curriculum. Up to this point, our education system has been more focused on removing earlier liberal communistic influences from the textbooks. But it has lacked greater ideological coherence. In an intra-party debate, two distinct factions have emerged. The Minister of Industry and Trade, Professor Alexander Vanevsky, has been a prominent supporter of the political technical focus, preferring to favor hard sciences. He argues that Russia is the best modernized through engineers and natural scientists, whose skills are needed to realize Russia's great ambitions. While political education is important, it must play a secondary role. The opposite perspective has been taken up by Peter Berensky in the Academy of Spiritual Culture, which he presents as a model of future Russian schooling. The focus on education would be that of self-realization and creativity of the students through symbolist and Steiner-inspired curriculums. Even less spiritual members of the SRS, such as Anastay Vanovsky, have also pointed out that national populism does not believe in materialism, but in will, which is best fulfilled through spiritual-oriented education. Well, what do you give us anything, or is it just a 3% research speed, or 6% stability is pretty good. Honestly, like, research speed has never been my it's never really been my choice. Like, between those two, because I don't feel like we're falling behind on research. We have 5 slots. The 1940 aircraft will be finished, which is fantastic. So we'll get some better planes in just a moment. Armor piercing. Let's go research some cannons here. And let's build up some new aircraft. Because, we're still using interwar close air support, because I actually never changed it. That's really, really bad. To put it mildly. 2 machine guns. Let's throw, like, we need... What do you provide? Not that... You know what? Let's just throw like 8 machine guns on here. Production cost goes a little bit lower, but the air defense, I kind of don't want low air defense. Thrust is good. More agility is always nice. Radio navigation is better, so we don't take a night penalty. 1.5. Strategic bomb. Again, a bombing we don't care about too much. It's just about that night penalty. You know what? Screw it. We'll throw that on there as well. Let's save this bad boy up, and then we also need to now make ourselves a close air support. We'll throw on the bomb locks. The heavy bomb locks are less agility, a little bit. I mean, they're not. Thing is, I don't want to take like massive agility penalties if I can avoid it. I think 50 seems okay. We could also throw on like a double engine. Okay, that makes it like way more expensive. So we'll just kind of keep it at as is. Is there anything else we want? Light machine gun, a little bit of air defense. Is it expensive? It's like 1 point. We'll save this one up as well. So basic small, we'll go with improved for the close air support. We need these planes. Well, actually, we'll cut you down a little bit here. Is there anything else we can cut? We have a lot of artillery being built. Infantry equipment is still kind of low. We do have a lot of trucks. We'll cut trucks down by 1. Let's cut artillery down by 3. I think seems okay. And now we need a little bit more rubber. We'll get that from Siam. Because again, Siam, like, they're mostly our friends. The psychology of the totalitarian mind. The Heidelberg-based Russian sociologist Sergei Stepnadov Shatotin's magnum opus, Psychology of a Totalitarian Mind, has been immediately lauded as a classic and a work that captures much of the zeitgeist of the 1930s, both in Russia and elsewhere. Chakotin, who fled Russia in 1935, has been an outspoken critic of totalitarianism in both Russia and Germany, and has crafted a convincing narrative on the nature of these rabble-rousers of the modern age. Chakotin identifies the key support base of these movements, both the Bolsheviks and the Svobodniks, as inherently the same group of people. Those left behind by the rapidly modernizing society and the rural poor who have worked in odd jobs, searching from one place to another, never with proper foundation or identity. These groups are created by social inequality, and they breed bitterness, contempt, and a fuel for political unrest. Should demagogues like Lenin, Savinkov, Schleicher, and Long offer them simple, strong leaders to follow? Focusing on the Russian situation, Chakotin argues that because none of the underlying social issues that led to the 1917 revolution were fixed, as their consequences, communism merely being banned, it would only lead that the same unrest and inequality channeling itself into a new brand of political movement, the SRS. Furthermore, these movements are never genuinely interested, able, or willing to actually solve the social issues that fuel them. This makes these totalitarian movements inherently irrational and destructive, as they must find new groups to persecute in a show to solve societal issues. And this only leads to more repression, Chekism, Savinkov's purges, and so on. It has no logical end, and it is not founded on any logical premise. Chakotin's work has received much attention from anti-totalitarian politicians, and was widely thanked as a theoretical framework for proper explanation of the rise of these totalist groups. Now, I'm not happy about losing 2% party popularity, but it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, worse things could theoretically happen. You're in the Internationale, huh? Triple Otani joining Internationale is always very interesting because it allows, theoretically, it allows for the Internationale to really quickly kill the French Republic, but the AI would never actually do that. And I mean, I understand it's not an easy thing to do. A decree on universities. Large series of arrests have begun today as security raided all of Russia's universities simultaneously. They arrested over 5,000 people and confiscated a large number of documents for the investigation. This operation to purify Russia's palaces of decadence has long been promised by Savonok propaganda, and the fear that has already sent many, especially Jewish members of academia, into exile. Too long had the universities poisoned the Russian culture and the minds of its youth with Judo-Bolshevik ideas. Many student organizations have been successfully fighting this plague already in the 1920s. Fights where many of our younger members saw their political awakening. But finally, a coup de grace has been made. With one swift stroke, Russia's cabal of enemies have been put down. Once the courts have processed them for their various crimes against the nation, those saved from the bullet will be put to work to learn how to love Russia through their labor. Now vacant professorship and other positions of the university administration are being filled with the brightest minds of the SRS. Additionally, new professorships have been founded, such as the political economy, steppe studies, and Russian folk culture. So, 10% more towards the ideocrats. Negative 10% research speed. Well, that's going to happen no matter what. Well, I'm going to take the 5% stability and more party popularity. Thank you very much. And I'm trying to think, like, what do we... I mean, we could get some AA guns. How cheap are they? What, 2,500? Let's build some AA guns in, like, the high infrastructure zones. I think that seems like it could be pretty okay. And then after that, we'll build some more factories, a little bit more into, like, the heartland. 60%, 60%. I think that seems fairly decent. How many troops do we have? 163. It's not that impressive, okay? I'll put it that way. Well, we are getting new troops. What's our max cap? Like 250-ish? 256? So there are a lot of potential for us. Negative 13%. Are we going to be good at any of these? Oil raids, negative 13. Negative 26. Let's try to maybe raise some oil fields in, likelihood of success, high risk, but a chance of critical failure. Sure, you know what? We'll launch this as well. So we'll prepare some bombing campaigns against the Ukrainian state. Do we have anything we can do against any of you? Not really. You could bomb some, like, Swedish mines, but it doesn't seem as important. Some raids. We don't have command power. Okay, not a big deal. The nature of national populist art. We are remaking the human spirit. Art is one of the most important tools in our hands. Thus far, the artistic life of Russia has been largely free, and Ministry of Culture has sponsored various kinds of artistic projects as long as they glorify the Russian nation. As Avad's personal project, he has courted many avant-garde artists to work in state propaganda and great architectural projects. This has led to new theories of aesthetics among the SZRS intellectuals. First, there is the so-called neo-symbolist vanguard, a group of artists around the brilliant Vasily Kandinsky. Kandinsky's theme stemmed from a mystical spiritual experience, or apocalyptic themes and the chaos of symbols. While some of his wilder creations have been left with less attention from state media, he does create the admiration of Savakov and many of those who stress the more esoteric aspects of national populism. However, the admiration is hardly mutual, and Kandinsky has refused invitation to party events. The more futurist tendency of the movement has been drawn towards Alexander Rodchenko and other constructivists. Their art draws from modernity, from the steel and speed of the machine age, laid bare open. We have already been utilizing much of the constructive style in our late propaganda. So it would be a natural step forward to formulate national constructivism as the party's official style. Neo-symbolism for 50 political power. The war support also would be nice, but again, we want to still be moving more towards solid artists. So we'll go with you next. And what are you? And you're just construct. I mean, the 10% construction speed bonus it probably is actually going to be quite nice. We do need more excavation for some more oil, though, and I would like to get that done. More than 6 divisions in states. Oh, we need troops down in Georgia. Okay. Well, just for right now, we'll deploy some troops down towards the cells so we can actually press this button. You could have... There we go. Let's reform the SKAB. That'll take 120 days. And the Young Pathfinders. Scouting boasts a long and proud history in Russia. Originating in 1908 with Tsar Nikolai II's personal blessing and support. Though the empire has disappeared, Russian scouting has only continued to bloom, with tens of thousands of scouts across Russia organized under several different organizations. Many scouts and scoutmasters fought under the banner of the Whites during the Civil War, and though they earned much glory, they were never spared the Whites' own political divides. National populist, monarchist, Republican, and even some socialist scouting groups emerged from the 1920s, keeping Russia's youth fit and active, but quite at odds with one another. With Russia's consolidation under the SZRS, this confused state has become unacceptable, to say nothing of allowing children to be exposed to dangerous ideologies. General Karl Gopper, a major figure in Russian scouting and a close ally of Savankov, has initiated a plan to unify all scouts into the organization of Russian Young Pathfinders. Progress has been brisk, as the initiative has received vocal support from Oleg Pantyukov, the founder of Russian Scouting, as well as Boris Martino, a young but highly influential member of the SZRS Alliance Scouting. Hopes are high that the unification campaign, paired with a new recruiting drive, will guarantee the future of generations of young Russians will be raised with the patriotism and ideological education needed to keep the motherland strong. Ud Gustav. Excellent. 25 political power. And once you're done, we'll finally remove the resistance, which I mean, that sounds good. And at some point, again, I would like Serbia and Greece to join our faction. I don't know why Bulgaria or Romania won't. Maybe because they're in the same alliance as Serbia still. That'd be my best guess. In the Ministry of National Culture. A major reason for the SZRS's success has not been for the content of their message, but that it is the loudest and best articulated one. To continue our propaganda efforts, a new ministry has been organized which not only handles typical cultural matters, but also the extensive powers to control the press and sizable funding to control cultural projects deemed useful for national unity. In addition, state radio infrastructure shall be under the supervision of the ministry. The ministry will be seeking to collaborate with artists whose work can be given official approval. With these national artists, proper values will be instilled into the consciousness of the people. Art, music, poetry, cinema, sports, chess, ballet. If it's part of the collective Russian psyche, it must be directed to serve the state and the vods, and instill with the people with complete faith in the Third Russia. Chief candidates for the party secretary, Karol Vandalovsky and Dr. Peter Savitsky. Vandalovsky has been the de facto state chief propagandist, directing the SZRS public relations and magazines, and will continue to be a powerful message. The Vods, the most extraordinary man who has ever lived, has a God-given vision, and every Russian who follows him will be have a place in this great future. Sinevsky is a somewhat more radical choice, as he seeks a focused propaganda on remaking the entire Russian identity. His mantra, be more in common with a Turk than a German, is intended to his thinking. Russians should abandon ideas of Western unity and enlightenment, and fully embrace their martial past. Either way, the ideals of the SRS will be inserted into all media. So 6% political power, or just a passive 0.8% weekly war support. Is he actually, but he's not like, is he in here? So I'm guessing it makes these better. Do we have Karl in charge somewhere? We do. Well, I mean, if Karl's already in here, then we might as well just boost him up, right? If does this work how I think it works? Maybe, maybe not. I actually have no idea. That's okay. That's okay. Do we want to... You know what? We have, like, enough political power. I think we will start recruiting some of these divisions here. I think it'd be kind of cool if they got some bonuses for attacking that country. Like, if you used the Ukrainian division to attack Ukraine, if they got, like, some bonuses there. I don't think you can even program that in the Hoi 4, but I think it would be kind of neat idea. How are you guys doing? We have 5 unread prototype events here. That's okay. We can't do anything with you until we actually have invented the nuclear bomb. And we don't have points to do anything with you. Fantastic. Okay. So we got progress in the steps. American Ice March. Again, I'm not really... I don't really care about America too much. Revolutionary spirit. Political power goes up. Critical population factor plus 6%. Weekly common casualties are not as bad. Or we just gain a bunch of stability. I mean... I'm leaning more towards revolutionary in spirit. And that allows me to go for national solidarism. Can't... Because do we need... You require ally of the faith. We take you yet? No. The popularity, party pop. Okay, so we're probably going to go for ally of the faith just because we need to do national solidarism. Yeah, we'll go with you next. That seems okay. Even though I think you're like a little bit worse. I mean, the stability is nice. Monthly population, I've honestly have never once in my life cared about. What are you? Fuel per oil. We have another rate available on the land warfare. You know what? Sure. Low unit experience. We'll throw you in here. Send you from Kursk. You will auto-launch when you're ready as well. We're basically going to bomb the shit out of Ukraine. When the time comes, they will be flattened. Also, I wish you could, like, somehow disable these. I don't think there's a way to, unfortunately. We also need escalation 4 to get more oil. I don't think we're researching that right now, but we definitely can do it afterwards. Maybe when Cannons 1s is done, we can throw that on there. And what are we missing? Strategic bombers, naval support. I mean, okay, we'll throw strategic bombers in here. I mean, they're kind of dog shit, but that's okay. We'll put like 3 factories on you. It seems like we only have 9 dockyards. That's kind of crazy. That's fine. It's fine. How are our supplies looking? 8,000 rifles. We're getting a decent amount of them a day. We're actually more support equipment. So let's go. We'll take 5 off of you for now. I think this seems okay. Extra tank division will send you down to the tank army. All right. I mean, you're not really what I want because again, I want armor expert, so I need armor leader. I can't get that going quite yet. An accident above Svecha. The entire series of events started when a Belarusian farmer informed the police of a wreck of an aircraft that had fallen from his fields. In the small village of Svecha, some 60 kilometers west of Vibitsk, when the police arrived at the scene, what was initially thought as a civilian accident turned out to be a Russian scout plane. The plane was largely burned, and its camera was removed, and there was no sign of the pilot. The manhunt was started in the entire district of Bayasoviki. What was left of the plane was quickly delivered to the Borovka Air Base for further examination. Despite the pilot's attempts to destroy the machine, aviation engineers managed to identify the plane as little-known Kamov gyroplane, primarily equipped with aerial photography. It seems probable that it was been photographing the important bridge of Svecha, which lies on the road between Vibitsk and Minsk. Evidence of this level of Russian war planning against Germany's eastern allies is alarming on an entirely new level, and many are believing that Russia would not dare to try their luck with Germany once again. Germany's promised to deploy additional air units to Belarus, and the military readiness of the eastern allies has been increased. So we're at 71%. Yeah, so there's a shelling there. France has mobilized. We got threats. But again, see, it's still not at 75. Which is what I knew that would be the case. That it just would not, just wouldn't quite get there. So I do believe we're waiting until August. I mean, I guess Japan can maybe attack China. I think that can be a boost there. But I think that's it. I can't think of what else there would be. A Heraclean problem. Improving the efficiency of Russian agriculture is an endless task. One such task is with livestock. In order to increase the efficiency of production and reduce the cost, one option would be to provide more fodder for the animals. To achieve that, there needs to be a plant that produces a significant amount of biomass in a short amount of time, and one such plant was recently found. A group of Russian botanists, while carrying out inventory of local Georgian flora, stumbled upon a recently described plant, Heraclean sonovsky, one of also known as Sonovsky's hogweed. It's a plant described in 1936 by Ida Mendovna in honor of a co-worker. Okay. I'm losing my... I don't know. I feel like I've lost my mind in like the last 5 minutes. That's okay. It's okay. Allied ourselves with the faith. We will do national solidarism. Let's go to get the authoritarian populist in here, which has 2% party popularity, so good on them. And we now have our aircraft man ready to go. We'll get you in charge. We have 1 level... Yeah, because we wanted radars! Yes. It took us way too long to get here. But we are here now, so I hope everybody's happy with that. I don't think... Again, there's nothing we can really do with China. We'll get more divisions from Poland and Latvia. Syria has lost their war against Lebanon. Lebanon has declared their independence. Hey, Lebanon, would you be interested in maybe joining my faction? I don't know if Lebanon is one of the countries on this list. Are they? Does it say? It is. It is one of the decisions. But I don't know what we need. Maybe we need Syria on our side before we can invite Lebanon. I'm not too sure. And honestly, I'm not even too sure what they would really do for us. But just having more countries is always nice. That is at least the way that I see this. We have a lot of trucks now, right? So we should be able to bolster you up to this. Need, we have in stockpile. Yes, excellent. So that's going to reduce our maintenance, not reduce our maintenance, I should say, but it'll reduce our supply issues somewhat. And we could just bolster these two up a little bit more. Fantastic. I mean, it seems okay. Like, I know there's going to be low supplies up in Finland. Really nothing I can do about that. Finland is going to be cold. It's going... I mean, it's almost summer, too. So, like, once summer's here, I think their supply shouldn't be as bad. And then they get pretty bad penalties for it being, you know, freezing. Range improvements, engine... I mean, engine 3 would be nice. You know, let's get our engines going. I think that seems good. Pairing 60%. You're 82% ready to go. I mean, it probably would be nice to blow up these dams, but I understand that we don't have the expertise to really get that going. I really wish Lebanon would be my friend. I don't know. Okay, 19. Okay, we have 19 more infantry, which is fantastic. Where do I send you? You know what I think the answer is? I think the answer is that we will have these units ready to go. And I think we'll just have them be on, like... We'll deploy them in Turkey. And my thought is that we'll probably get Serbia on our side. We'll get Romania on our side. Bulgaria might join the Germans. So we can invade Bulgaria. And then we can invade Austria from the south. I think that makes the most sense. Okay, military engineering vehicle is done. We do need more breakthroughs. I wonder if it actually makes sense for us to build even more research facilities. You know what? I will do it. Build one here. Let's build one in Vladivostok. And we'll build another air base over here as well. I think that seems good. And we're getting in. Our industries are exploding. We're at 207. Germany is more than that, but compared to like where we were before, 207, I'm happy with. Might actually want to put even another factory on trucks. I know I said we had a lot of trucks, but now that the war's gonna be breaking out soon, why do I have so many on artillery? Did I press the buttons wrong somehow? I don't need that many on artillery. I appreciate the thought, but it's not necessary. Armored support vehicle. You know, we'll build like a handful of them. But like 3. I don't know really what they're going to be used for, but... You know, it could be nice. I actually have no clue what we use them for. I will be 100% honest with you. Did Poland annex territory? That guy Krakow? Good for Poland. You know what? These extra divisions here... Oh, you're the Belarusian ones and Ukrainian ones. We're going to station you... I'm actually going to throw you in a new theater entirely. Give you some armor support. Ireland has joined the Entente. Which, I mean, is okay. It allows the Canadians to potentially do a naval invasion to England. I don't think they'll actually do it. But, I mean, the potential is there. We have all these decisions to actually build more factories. That was the effect of new Russian culture. We'll have so much stability that actually be crazy. But I think we need to do... some more industry developments. You know, I think that'll be nice for us. The Asian cities have voted their mandate. They've joined the Entente. Again, the Entente is a fine choice. As long as they're not, you know, German, which is really would be my biggest complaint. You're going to be done in 25 days. We're getting our better one of you. You know, we'll even get better long-range bombers. I don't really go for long-range bombers too much. But, you know, I'll take them here. Extra fuel tanks. More range? You know what? I'll take more range. Throw you with radio navigation 2. And we'll throw in more bomb bays. You're not heavy enough, huh? We need to exceed thrust. Design is too expensive. I don't have enough points. Okay, never mind. We'll worry about that a little bit later, I would say. Okay, we're actually at 73%. Because Japan has declared interest in German East Asia. Okay. Again, I don't think there's another... Because world tension get raised if people either join us or they join the Internationale. I mean, theoretically, if, like, Chile and Argentina won in Argentina and they join the Internationale, that'd be a boost. If the CSA joined the Third Internationale, that also would be a pretty big boost. That's not going to happen, right? And you know what are our planes doing? You guys can support this unit. You know, Lexi send these guys to support you in the south. I don't know why you will not, Bulgaria declared war in Greece, huh? Interesting. Oh, no, you're planning on bombing this. Okay, that makes sense. We'll throw you on here. You guys will support Red Army as well. And you know what? Let's deploy all of our aircraft. And have this prepared for when the war actually begins. God, our planes are so bad because they're like World War I era. They're not where they should be. Okay. Have you here, have you here. Split these guys up. And you guys can support this army. Have you support this No, you need to support this army. Oh, no, okay, so you're colored this color, but that just looks like the default color. So it's actually really, really hard to tell what we're actually looking at. Okay, Australia is joining Internationale. Which is interesting. Is there anything we can do for Greece? No. There's not. I mean, I guess we can send in volunteers. But, I mean, when the war is going to be beginning, like, so soon, I don't know if it even makes any sense. But yeah, you're in the Internationale. They actually own Australia. That doesn't happen. Or not Australia. They own New Zealand, which is kind of rare, actually. For our research, let's go for 1940. No. Let's go for excavation. Oh, we need this still. Okay. Fine, we'll go for 1940 on you. Rest of that looks good. And I will say, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Did not enjoy, you can always thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.